Hey, 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 Wheatfield, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the Wheatfield. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. What up, y'all's Wheat? What it do? Welcome to the Wheatfield. If you knew, hi, hi, come on in. Welcome, welcome to YouTube. Don't click off, don't click off. I know you like to what? What is this? It's supposed to be a read and she ain't really read. Okay. It take us a minute to get underway. It really do. We got some disclaimers that we have to say to you. First, we have to welcome you, and then we have to tell you about the disclaimers, and then, you know what I mean, we have to pray, and then we get underway. Okay, so just stay. Don't leave. Just stay, okay? Today, we got to have our sip, y'all. Ooh, y'all notice something different? Cup is clear. There's no message on it, but the message is the clarity. I thought Father was very clever when he did that. I was like, ooh, Father, you gonna pull out the clear cup? We going for some clarity today? Father said, yes, Ashe. So I'm La T, not Lottie. La T. I am a channeled messenger, and I message with the Most High God, its infinite intelligence, aka the word, right, wisdom, the principal thing, and the breath of life that moves and feels and animates all things. That's pretty much it. Anything that the Father made has a word on it, and we can read all the words that Father say. Pretty much. We ask for revelation, and we ask for clarity to make sure that the message that we give is good and edifying. Edifying unto self first and foremost, because I have to be able to serve the Father and do that in goodness and righteousness, right? And then whatever I give back, I want to be so full of it that it spills out onto the wheat field like I'm overflow abundance, and I can serve out my brethren onto the wheat field so that you can be edified too, beloved. Yes. And as you are edified, you serve that up to the Father, out onto creation, however you term it, right? Come on, creation is whole, it's complete, there's nothing broken and there's nothing missing. When we come together over these principles, oh, we sure enough do a thing. Because we magnify ourselves, right? And then we magnify the service onto the Most High, onto everything, right? And yeah, that's really what this is about. Because heaven, it has come to earth. It has to do a work. It has come to earth to reside in earth, on earth, to do a work that we don't remember, right? Those Akashic records is kind of like sealed up when you bust off into this manifestation, and you go through a journey, that journey called life, and we have events and things that come against us, those tears, to show us self, to teach us who we are, to grow us, to push us, to get you on the road to your service, so that you can eventually get to your Dharma and work in your purpose. And that's pretty much what it is over here. Father, thank you so much for being in this space. And again, to doing everything that we just prayed. Is there anything else that we need to pray, Father? Please give us your words and then seal us, Father, with your ashe. We ask you to pull us into the inner sanctuary, Father, into the holiest of holies. We ask for you to, one, open my ears. I feel like listening to something. We definitely hear creation. We hear the birds. We see the trees. We see creation birthing forth something new, doing a new thing. Yeah, I definitely feel that. And I feel things coming against you that will block you, to stop you. Right? A little bit of something from the past. You know, see, distractions. Things that just roll up, to block you. It could not necessarily always be from the past, but it could be something that's just getting ready to come up on you. You might need to pray for some clarity so that you can, have your eyes open, your ears open so that you can hear. You know, be able to speak out in goodness. Give me your mind, Father. Give me your eyes. Give me your ears. Give me the words to speak in this day, Father. Yes. That's why we always say, give me the additional words that we must pray. The Father will guide you in what you need to pray, what you need to say, how to protect yourself from the things that you can't see that will come against you. That's why Father pulled the clear cup today, so we can get some clarity. Anything else, Father? Did I get it? Yes, thank you. Please, Father, seal us from all of those energies that will come against us, to manipulate our energy. Father, that will come to distort your message, your word, your will, Father. To have us, is that it? I hear deny, yes. Be in denial of self. To be foggy, anything that would come across and put up the veil. A disillusion. Father, I feel that chaos and confusion. Right? Anything that's coming to you, again, to make you deny yourself, to retract, to constrict, to isolate, to diminish. Anything that will put you in a box and keep you from being able to finish what you set out to do, what you were sent to do. And in this day, be courageous, right? To face whatever it is that's coming against you. The Father will send you divine help, I say. It will. We have support in this day. And we pulled that in today's reel. We did the support card. And I don't know if it's still sitting here. It's not. But we have honoring. Thank you, Father. Refresh these cards for this reading. Use them as your tools, Father, as your tools to speak through, Father. Yes, thank you. Bring us the message, Father, yes, and clarity and truth, so that we may hear, we may receive you, Father. Thank you so much. Thank you, 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 thank you. Yes. Freedom. Freeing yourself and evolution. We have freedom and evolution. Free yourself from things that will constrict you and are giving you the space to evolve and to grow. Yes. It says, Divine Beloved, change me into one who can love myself in every condition. Free me from self-torture. I hear self-restriction, diminishment, right? Fill me with self-acceptance and worthiness. May I allow and honor all my feelings as they arise. And we did a late night or early morning because it was 3 and some change in the morning, I say. When I say, that card came out with those angel numbers, and I think that was a very good reading. It was my first time doing a numerological reading, and I was a little bit nervous, and the energy was a little, you could feel the nervous energy in the beginning, but I got into it and settled down, and of course the Father came in and really just settled me and allowed me to speak and to deliver that message, and I think it came out pretty well. I could feel it flowing, once we got going. Because when I tell you, sometimes it be thick, like that old school Crisco, like that thick white lard where the Father had to come in and put that heat on it. Oh, yeah, because your girl, a whole box of chocolates, just like life. You never know what you're going to get. And I be clueless. Like, the Father had to tell me. It has to guide the message. Because otherwise, I don't know what I'm supposed to say to y'all. All of this right here is in service. It is. We got another one. We have creativity and we have balance. Balance and creativity is here. Can y'all see that? We have balance. Change me, Divine Beloved, into one who can fully offer my schedule to you, so my life can be in balance. Let me take rest whenever necessary, trusting that one way or another all needs will be met. Yes, trust that all needs will be met, and that goes with our support card. It talked about having your needs met. So that's coinky dink. You can rest, you can relax, you can let go. Your life, you can call in that balance and feel yourself being supported because the support is there. Creativity. I honor my passions. Change me, beloved, into one who divine beloved, into one who honors my deepest creative passions and needs. Now that's good because I definitely have a passion about bringing these messages, about being in my service, about operating in Dharma. Help me value the talents you have given, both known and unknown. Ooh, wee. Look at that. Testimony meets Tarot, y'all. Testimony meets Tarot. Okay? Because this right here is the tares and wheat Tarot show. Y'all know that parable? The tares and the wheat? What? That says that the tares out here look just like me. They do. They come against you and reflect you back to you to show you who you are, to grow you, to edify you so that you can be magnified, you can increase yourself, you can lift yourself up, you can ascend, you can tune and adjust yourself to match the frequency of the Most High God, to get into that the vibration of higher frequency love, because love is a spectrum. It is. People feel like it's emotion. It's not. Everything is done with the Father's love. Everything, everything, everything. And it's hard for people to think about that in terms of whether it's the atrocities and nastiness of life itself, or whether or not, because yeah, that's the mystery, right? That's mystery. The atrocities and nastiness of life to the wonderment and the fulfillment, like the whole thing, the Alpha and Omega from the beginning to the end. And it is a phenomenon of belief versus unbelief. And many struggle with that, to see how do you bring together all the pieces of creation itself, all of the intelligence itself, that which you know and that which you don't know, right? How do you do that? Because the infinite intelligence, am I in the right way? The infinite intelligence works where it's operating in certainty and uncertainty. Uncertainty is built in. We don't know what's going to happen in life. We don't know why some people are called to do some very nasty, ugly things. But one thing that I always say is that it is a representation of attributes to show us ourselves, right? We can see how ugly and nasty and horrendous, atrocious, inhumane people can be. And we can see the goodness, right? We can see not just goodness, but we can see compassion and empathy. We can see sympathy and understanding. We can see joy. We can see sacrifice. We can see benevolence in people. So whether we are seeing a representation of malevolence or we are seeing a representation of benevolence, either way, it is the full spectrum of creation herself, the full spectrum of the Father. And I know that a lot of people struggle with that. You know, we have a, do we want to get into that? No. We'll leave it there. I know that a lot of people struggle with that. We struggle with the hardships of life, with the tears, and seeing how does the tears of life come to grow us, to teach us, to show us ourselves, right? To pull out a part of you that you may not see. Again, if you look at the tears and analyze it, it gives you a sense of clarity. Not that you have to agree, but clarity for the sake of understanding. Take a sip on that. Mystery, which we said we had. Mystery. Rest in the unknown. Ooh, beloved. Did we not just kind of go down that lane? Let's talk about it. Change me, divine beloved, into one who rests peacefully in the unknown until the right and timely actions are shown, until it's been revealed unto you, the why, the purpose. I offer the mystery to you alone. I offer the mystery to you alone, Father. The unknowingness, this uncertainty, the fact that there are some things that I just cannot see. Heart. Come on now, Mr. Fly. Heart. It says, I allow love to lead. Change me, divine beloved, into one who can allow love to lead my life. Allow love to lead your life. Those higher vibrational frequencies, sympathy, empathy, understanding, right? Communicating for the sake of understanding, right? Compassion, right? We are talking about those are the things that get you on a pathway to knowledge, to practice that daily. And if we do that daily, it will lead us into wisdom. And wisdom is the pathway to peace, peace and harmony. If we seek to have conversations from the standpoint of just understanding, I can sympathize with you. I can empathize with you. I can see how you would have made that decision if I was in your shoes. Going through what you were going through, I get it. I can feel you, right? I have compassion for you because I seek to understand you. Once I understand you, I can accept you. I can accept you. Again, I may not agree or take that pathway onto self for me particularly, but I can understand thee. I can see how you have a purpose, right? There's a reasoning. I may not again understand the reasoning. It could be a whole mystery. But that doesn't mean that the divine didn't create it purposefully. Everything has a purpose, and everything serves in its own capacity. The tares and the wheat. May I offer myself completely to the highest, so all may occur as needed. Grant me peace and contentment wherever I am. Use me for the greatest good. Use me. Are you surrendered onto the greatest good? Use onto the Most High God for its will to be done. And are you doing that for the greatest good? Something for you to question self. If I'm talking about me, I would say yes. Because that is exactly what we pray. Use me, Father, as your willing, surrendered vessel to bring a message, to be a messenger, to bring a message unto self that is edifying. Let me be so full in my service and edification unto the Father that I overflow and I can service you. That is for the greatest good. I seek to be used in my purpose, in my dharma. That is for the greatest good. For the will of the Father be done. That is the greatest good. I show strength. And that you have to be strong. Because there's plenty of things that will come against you to block you, to stop you, to diminish you, to constrict you, to limit you, to put you in a box, tell you what you are and tell you what you're not. I lean on you. Make me ready to call on you, even in the most confusing situations, large or small. You confused and you need understanding? Seek the Father. The Father will give you revelation. The Father will speak to you directly and tell you what it is that it wants you to know. Whatever it is that you seek, we have the ability to question everything. That is the beautiful part of being in a vessel and your ability to think. You don't remember the stuff from before. Those Akashic records have to be called back and brought into the forefront. So to question is pivotal. It's critical. Question. It is a part of diligence to research and to question. Make me ready to call on you even in the most confusing situations, large or small. Let me include you, Father, always. May I lean on your strength, knowing that your grace can unravel any dilemma. Are you confused? Are you seeking understanding? Are you seeking revelation? Do you have an issue, a situation that you are needing to resolve? Something major in your life that's causing you some hardness, some hardship. I hear strife. I do. Spirit, I am filled with light. Spirit, I am filled with light. Change me. Ooh, every time I hear it. I need you to change me. Come on, Father. Change. Y'all, I sing like ain't nobody here to hear it. Change me. Come on. Change me, divine beloved, into one who knows my spirit is eternal and ageless. Let me release any old ideas of constriction or limitation. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Come on, Father. Talk to your wheat field on this day. Did we not say that somebody has a mindset of limitation, of constriction? Are you restraining you? Are you diminishing you? I'm going to need you to quit on that, boo. Understand that you have greatness inside of you, waiting to burst forth. Just like the flowers and the budding trees and the leaves, that abundance is everywhere. Do you believe? Or are you struggling in your disbelief, in your unbelief? Come on, beloved. My whole being is filled with light, joy, energy, beauty, a vessel for the divine Shakti. A vessel. You see that? Did we not just pray? Use me, Father, as I am your surrendered and willing vessel. Use me as a messenger to deliver a message unto your wheat field, one that will be edifying unto self first and foremost, that I may serve that up to the Father, because I ain't going to give you nothing that I wouldn't eat. Did you not know that you was the wheat, that you were called for good bread? Just saying. Might be limiting yourself. You might be limiting yourself by something you've heard or something that you've said. Sometimes people can speak a word against you, and those are the things that you gotta block out, boo. Mystery. Rest in the unknown. Because there's still a whole lot of things that you don't know about you. It's called self-discovery. Getting into some introspection. Yes, baby. Introspect, reflect, self-reflect. Reflect on everything. Reflect on all things. The Father called all things good and evil by its word, by its intelligence moving on the breath of life. If we just think about that statement in itself, just that small statement holds so much. Everything comes from the Father, and everything has a word on it. And if we are to meditate on the word of the Father day and night, is it not everywhere? Is not everything given on to us for consideration? To dig into it, to read it, to see what in it is purposeful. How does it operate? What is the mysteries that it can reveal onto me to show me? We talking about creation, birth, and forth in the spring. Everything in its due season. Everything in its due time. We have a winter, we have a spring, we have a summer, we have a fall. With ourselves, we have a time where we are closed off and inside and internal and isolated. That cold, that winter, that shutdown. You have the time when you buzz forth and you burst forth and you get going. New ideas, freshness. It's a season when you work, you keep going and you toiling and you pushing. And there's a season for you to harvest that which you sown. The beauty of intelligence is all around us. We can see it everywhere. We can see the fact that the roots of the trees grow down first, that you need to edify self first, that there's work that goes along in the spirit, how everything operates in the spirit before it can come up and burst out on the outside. Everything starts on the inside. That seed, that baby, that germination, life doesn't just bust forth when you have a baby, it pushes out. But what about all the things that happen on the inside, all of the development that takes place before you birth it out? A whole nother entity, a whole nother reflection, a whole nother piece of creation. Self-sustaining. The fact that everything renews itself, recycles itself. You recycle, you regenerate. The mystery. Rest in the unknown. There's always going to be things that you don't see. What's happening beneath the surface to strengthen thee to get into your service. I hear service. That all of it is to support your service. Anything else in here, Father? Are we going here? Yes. Come on, beloved. Hey, hey, hey. Let's get it, my wheat. Let's get it. Let's get it, my wheat. Let's get it. Oh, let's get it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Father. Please refresh this deck for this reading. Use these cards as your tools to speak through. Yes. Bring a message onto me, onto your wheat field. Balance. Balance and prioritization. But I hear balance. Somebody walking on a fence. Balancing on a tight rope. Gone, Janelle Monáe. Love it. Balance. Prioritizing, but also being playful. You know, keeping a joyous spirit at the same time. We're here to experience creation, to experience creation, and that's okay. You want this one? You want this? Father say this one, not this one, this one. Okay, we're gonna get it in a second. But I just see, oh, so much water. I do. Oh my God, look at the butterflies and the transformation. First of all, who the hell is in the boat? And how did they get out the boat? Or the boat is just gone. They like, whatever, fuck the boat. We over here. We talking about butterflies. We talking about all this emotion, all of this flow of the Father, right? I feel that that is always the flow, right? And then we have the butterflies for transformation. We have her playfully just, you know, balancing, ain't concerned, ain't worried about nothing. When you talking about being balanced, yes. But that's that two ends we talked about. One end is all the way over there, and one end is all the way over there. The alpha and omega. If you could think about the two poles, the polar opposites. But to come to balance with all of it, it's a part, you know, of the learning. To balance you out. You have attributes of you that could be all the way over there. You know what the darkness and nastiness of you is, like how far you could go, how far you could sink, all of that you could pull out of thee. You know that. Let yourself be in danger and you have to protect yourself. You might have to do a thing, but it's in you. The ability to do it is there. We see that in humanity all the time. The ability to do that is there. But also, what if you are called to nourish, to nurture, to support, to help, to save? What could you do to save? To save you, to save someone that you love, someone close to you? What could you do? You would be surprised the strength that busts forth out of you that you didn't even know was there. And life comes to show you your fullness. And how you balance yourself out is a part of the goal. Is why we're here. To come to balance, to learn. to adjust, to tune our frequency, raise our vibration so we can match it with the Most High God that made thee, that sent thee, heaven, coming to earth to do a work that you don't remember. Heaven coming to earth to reside in earth and on earth to do a work, to provide a service, to get into your purpose, to balance yourself out, to polarize yourself. Are you going to polarize to the negative and low vibrational? Are you going to tune yourself and polarize yourself to the positive and raise and lift yourself up? Others call it movement from your south node to your north node, lifting and raising yourself up. It was it this? Oh, it was this one. He said this one. Night of Earth, organizing, responsible, supportive. We talked about support. The universe supports you. Yes, it does. Creation supports you. It does. And I see this field full of flowers, responsible, holding on to this amazing coin. And then I also see the horse on her head. I don't know if your thoughts are running, like somebody's got thoughts that's just running and running and running, or maybe your thoughts are slow, but I feel like somebody's mind is running, like ruminating, right? But you definitely are responsible. You are somebody who I just see this garden, like this rose garden. You talking about putting some work. We was just talking about having to put in some work and in this season. Look at this. All of this done bloomed forth in its season. But it took a while. It took work for her to create this to be so lush. Look at the size of the coin that she's holding on to. Protective of it even, right? That's to me that responsibility, holding on to it, valuing it. Like you understand the value of this here thing. That's being responsible over your blessings as well. You talking about having to go out there. Look, you see that this is neat, you know, behind here is neat. So she tends to her garden, tends to her lot, being thankful and grateful for everything that she's got, recognizing the value of it, right? Holding on to it with care and with nourishment, being responsible. I hear, okay, so in the word, it talks about um, responsibility, right? How this one talent was lost, and the woman searched the whole house like for that one talent, the one that was missing, placing value on every single thing. Like there isn't one that doesn't have value. All things have value. And to search out that one and to bring it back into the fold, to care for it, to keep it, to value it is a whole thing. And that's what I feel on that card. Somebody that has clarity. Somebody that could see through the veil. You can see what it is, what's in it. You can see. We have that King of Earth is here as well, prosperous, generous, successful. Again, this person is holding that huge ass coin, you know. And those coins are not just financial. It's the blessing. It's knowledge. It's information. It's understanding. It is coming to balance with self, as we saw with the two. All coins, all earth, heaven coming to earth to reside in earth and on earth. And it's so funny that all three of the cards we done pulled out of these angel messages are earth cards. Earth. That's funny. And that's the truth, Father say. Ace of Swords, Ace of Air. Somebody carrying the truth. You know, and I see, of course, the Father, representation of the Spirit in the background, and carrying this big sword. Maybe the truth that you carry feels like it's bigger than you. You see that? Like the truth that you carry, the inspiration, what you have to communicate is bigger than you. Maybe the adjustment of the things that you are dragging along with you. You know, the truth that you carry is coming to adjust you, to help you, again, tune yourself. I see tuning yourself to a frequency. You have to pull it with you. It is yours to bear. That truth is yours to bear. What you know instinctually, what's been revealed onto you and brought back into the forefront, your truth, your records, what you've been endowed with, what you've been given, what's been given onto you to remember, your intuition, what you I hear hold in your heart space. What you love, what you desire, the truth of it, all of it working for the Father's will, but it's specific onto you. It is something that you must carry. That's like when they say everyone has their own cross to bear, everyone has their own piece of truth to carry, and we grow that truth, we grow that intelligence through introspection and through reflection, by looking at everything as it is a mirror onto self, reflecting self back to self, for learning, for edification. I pray y'all still with me on this here thing. Yeah, to see self, to see mistakes so that you can reassess. It's a chess game. It's strategy. What strategy are you going to break out? What strategy? What part of you? What are you going to pull out? We're going to make mistakes. Mistakes are a critical, pivotal part of learning. You do not learn without mistakes. And we see that in children and babes. So to keep a childlike spirit, Ashe, oh yeah, babies have no sense of failure. They don't. Only thing they know is to try until they are successful, until they are masterful. They try for until they are masterful, right? Babies don't give up on learning how to walk. They don't. They don't give up on learning how to crawl. Sometimes you might have a child that you need to encourage, And what do? We encourage them to keep trying and trying. And again, I feel like the angels are coming to support someone, to encourage you to get through the mystery of the unknown, right? So just go with your girl, of course, right? So it's like a baby, and this baby, you know how they do that kind of flop thing. They haven't really pulled up on their knees yet and got the mechanics of how, that bipedal motion goes, so that they can really get underway. They might be swimming or doing that weird thing on the floor. They figured out how to move. You figured out how to move, but is it really the best mechanic efficiency for the body, right? How the body really goes and how it flows. Now, you could be exceedingly good at doing it your way, and that's the whole thing. But most babies still learn that general mechanic. And most of the time, they practice it and practice it and practice it again until they're masterful. I'm talking about you be looking like, how the hell did they crawl so fast on this hardwood floor? Because if I get my ass down on that floor and try to crawl like that, you talking about tearing my knees up like to what? No, but babies are equipped for that. They got that fat, that padding on them kneecaps, and it allows them to just go. They be crawling across that floor, and before you know it, they pulling up. They standing up. And no matter how many times they pull up and stand up and fall down, pull up, stand up, fall down, fall down. Oh, I got to catch my balance. I'm losing my balance. Getting my fucking balance. They keep doing it until they can stand. And then before you know it, they taking steps. And then they might take a step and fall, take a step and fall, 2, 3 steps and then fall. Oh my God, I got it, I got it. I'm walking, I'm wobbling across this thing, but I ain't gonna stop. I'm gonna keep practicing, I'm gonna keep going. And before you know it, they take off running. And you be like, what the? They don't have a sense of failure. They keep praying, and they not keep praying. Yeah, prayerful. I know Father is saying for somebody to keep praying. That's a thing. But these babies, they keep going. They keep practicing. They keep going, practicing, 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 until they become what? Masterful. And then it's second nature. It's memory nature. You don't even think about it. You just get up and go. You don't think about how the fact that you had to learn how to get up and go. You had to learn that. You had to understand that. You didn't stop because it was hard. No. We have justice, and it's in reverse. Justice. I feel like people are not balanced because that's the scale. Fairness, the law. People do not consider the law, I feel. Like there is such a thing as the age of... Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah.
Nice day we get out here today.
Yes, it is.
Wonderful day.
Yes, it is. See, distractions. He could clearly see me recording. He done been up this block 3 times and now he want to stop and say hi. Block it out. I love him though. Ashe. Fairness. The old law. The old law. Are you dialed into the old law? Are we looking at things that are way deeper than anything I hear that's written? And because the words have been written all over creation, all over time. And there's a law. There's a balance to that. There's an organization to that. And we know who's responsible for creating that. For the most part, people who are under the same type of way believe that the Father made creation, Ashe, right? Made it by its word. Well, now, however you think about messengers might be a different thing, but most people believe that there's a source to creation. And however you believe, you're welcome in this space. It's free and open because creation is whole and creation is complete. And I believe that there is a path for every single entity, every single energy. 6 of water. Again, we talked about old law. Old law. The old law. It says childhood memories and nostalgia, but 6 of cups represents the past. This represents law, justice, and I'm talking about the grand law, that person, that entity, that energy, the Father that brings ultimate justice, balancing, that keeps the balance. Old law. It's a mystery. It is. But can you accept it with grace, a sense of grace, where we just question? It's not used for judgment, no, Ashe, but it's our ability to question, to look at the world around us and see the intelligence that's written on it. Everything in intelligence is governed by a law. Again, the seeds in the trees, the flowers, the blooms, it all comes forth in its own season. The earth itself, the moon, the sun, all of it is in position for a reason. It's governed by law. There are natural laws. There are laws of attraction, right? There are natural laws that are present, and you can see the word of the Father in all of those natural laws. You can see how it applies to your life, how it applies to you. We know that the trees don't bloom in winter, so why put so much pressure on you to bloom in your winter? Do we not have the ability to consider that you're in your winter and that you will birth forth when you're supposed to, as long as you continue the internal work? Because in winter, people think that the trees are dormant, but they're not. There's root work being done. There's shadow work being done. The work beneath the ground, that which you cannot see. The work that is in the unknown, in the mystery. Can you rest in the mystery? And can you do that with grace in harmony? Or are you frustrated? Are you diminishing yourself? Are you restricting yourself? Are you affected by the words that others speak over yourself, over you, over your person? Being in harmony and getting into the flow. And that's why I felt like on that two of earth, that two of pentacles, you can see the flow. All of that water represents the flow. And again, look what's up underneath here. All of that water represents the flow. The two of earth, being in balance, in harmony, all of that flow, all of this flow. To do it with grace, balance, gracefulness. I felt tight roping, right? That's gracefulness. It's balance. And that rope might be like this thin. And if you are set way up on high, you have to be very diligent, very careful in how you step. You have to have some confidence in how you step. And you've built up that confidence through your ascension. Think about tightropers. They don't start all the way up there. No. They start to low to the ground, higher, 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 as they build up that skill, as they are being edified through experience. And trust me, they've fallen off of them things. They use tools to help them balance, them big ass sticks to keep them balanced. Why could we not use tools to help and give us assistance? May I honor all the ways your grace flows, so I move in harmony with you. Open me to trust and receive your abundant blessings in every way. And we talked about the abundance of the plane and blessings of the abundant blessing is knowledge. It is information. It is having those Akashic records, those old laws, and old information, that which is contained in all of creation, revealed back onto you. You carry it. You carry the abundance. Everything will be birthed out from the inside, just like the trees. Deepening your roots. Those seeds that get planted, you water them, and then they go down into the dirt, and they grow down first, only to struggle back up to break the dirt and come out into the light. It's a whole process. You can see yourself if you just really, 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 really look close. Ask the Father to give you His sight. Anything else, Father? No. We have a text. We do. Father pulled the text. And the text is as a man thinks. Right. This is the 1902 original version. Something about the original edition. Um, it makes me think about the original law. Again, the old law. Right. And how a lot of us have turned away from the old law or just don't recognize that there are many laws that govern creation, that the Father, when it spoke out, it does everything operating on its law, right? And you can see that representation everywhere, not just in books, but in everywhere. And to be diligent and to seek that, you know, I think is our purpose. It helps us adjust ourselves. It helps us to see ourselves. So however you see the Father, however you see the Father, again, there's a pathway for you. There's a pathway. I keep seeing these big old blackjack bumblebees. And when I say they body is fat, I'm talking about huge. And they got these little bitty wings. And it's been something that's been stuck in our minds since we read this meme. And it was like, wow, that is very true. I never looked at it like that. I never paid attention to that virtue. The fact that bumblebees' bodies are so big that their little bitty wings are not technically, supposedly, able to support flight. But they fly. It's a miracle of life. It is. That bumblebees fly. It's also the miracle of life that we don't have foliage without bees. Flowers, right? Bees take up the seeds and pollen from other flowers and they carry it with them. And they spread that out. So it's not like what's on this flower over here stays here. It doesn't. There's a natural mechanism in this whole macrocosm to allow the seeds and the essence of this flower that is over here to be taken and spread over there by something that physically should not be able to fly. I think that's so deep. I think that's so deep. But one of my angel numbers is 7, 777. I like to think deeply, philosophically, to be observant, and to see nature and those laws working inside of me for self-discovery, for adjustment, to tune my frequency. Let's jump into this. As a man thinks. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. Refresh this energy. Clear the energy of my text. Clear it. Clear it. Clear the energy of my text. Now I got lipstick on it. I do. Don't matter. It's mine. Clear my energy. Clear this energy, Father. Make it fresh and relative for this reading. Give me the space, give me the text, give me the words that you would like to present onto your wheat, onto me first for edification, for growing, for strengthening. Let me be so full of what you give, that measure, that it overflows and I can give it out and serve it out onto your wheat. Guide me, Father. Allow this book to be a tool for you to use to speak. Right here. Okay. This is the page. It is page 44. Ha! We was talking about angel numbers. We flipped right to page 44. On the right path, going on the right way, right? Talking about stable, stability. That was that Knight of Pentacles. You talking about stable, responsible, organized, seeing the value in all things. Oh yes, come on before we get going with it. Come on, Father, yes, do it for you. We feel one time. Come on, y'all, let's get this book. Where would you like for us to go? Sunny circumstances. Okay, it says can I start from the nut? Okay, nope. All kinds crystallize into habits of grace. Didn't we just pull that? It says habits of grace. Y'all, having a habit of grace, crystallizing into a habit of grace, kindliness, which solidify into genial and sunny circumstances, which solidify, and we literally just said that the 4 is solid, it's stable. Go back and watch that reading from last night, y'all. I hope you do. I hope you do. I hope you're still here too. Don't click off. I know I could be a little bit of kook, but that's all right. That's all right. Go with your girl. The Father bring it together. The Father bring it together. It do. It be good. It be good. It come together good. Anywho, it says, crystallize your habits of grace and kindliness, which will solidify into genial and sunny circumstances. Pure thoughts crystallize into habits of temperance and self-control, which solidify into circumstances of repose and peace. Thoughts of courage, self-reliance, and decisions crystallize into manly habits, humanly habits, which solidify into circumstances of success, plenty, and freedom. Energetic thoughts crystallize into habits of cleanliness and industry, which solidify into circumstances of pleasantness. Gentle and forgiving thoughts crystallize into habits of gentleness, which solidify into protective, preservative circumstances. loving, and unselfish thoughts crystallize into habits of self-forgetfulness for others, which solidify into circumstances of sure and abiding prosperity and true riches. Yes. A particular train of thought persisted in, be it good or bad, cannot fail to produce its results on the character and circumstances. I'm going to read that one more time. A particular train of thought persisted in, be it good or bad. So whatever you persist in thought, that thought is persistent. Again, what are you speaking against you? Has anybody spoken against you? Are you ruminating on it? How are you taking it in? How is it crystallizing within you? How is it taking shape, taking form, becoming solidified within you? A particular train of thought persisted in, be it good or bad, cannot fail to produce its results on the character and circumstances. Your thoughts will produce results on your character, and it will represent itself in your circumstances. As a man thinks, so shall he be. A man cannot directly choose his circumstances, but he can choose his thoughts. And so indirectly, yet surely shape his circumstances. Can you shape your life? Yes, you can. By the power of your thoughts. What are you thinking? What are you thinking on? Are you thinking deeply with that 7? The learning and then the teaching. Are you thinking deeply? Are you observing? Are you being philosophical? Are you seeking intelligence, the abundance of the intelligence? Are you able to see it everywhere? Are you ruminating and studying on the word of the Father all day long? Man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeds out of the Father's mouth. If the Father called creation by its word, then that's every word that comes out of the Father's mouth. You can see the word everywhere. Everywhere. Can you see the Father everywhere? Tares and wheat, beloved. Tares and wheat. Nature helps every man to the gratification of the thoughts which he most encourages, and opportunities presented will most speedily bring to the surface both the good and evil thoughts. Can you ruminate? Can you think about nature's laws, the natural laws, the old original laws? Is represented everywhere. Everywhere. The flow of water, how the tide is managed by celestial bodies, things outside of our plane, our earth. Can you see how the trees birth forth in their seasons, the flowers bloom, how the bees that should not be able to fly, technically, it's a miracle of creation that they do. They know they can and they just do it. It's nothing about their physicality that says that they should. It's their thoughts, their faith, their belief that says that they can, and they just do it. They do it naturally. It is a part of their purpose. We may not understand it, but we can't deny that it exists. And if it didn't exist, what would be the consequence? Come on, beloved, with this thing. I love when the Father do it like that. You talking about coming through with some clarity to what? And we got a little thing in our coffee. We not going to drink that. It's been distorted. It's been diluted. Can you see it? Can you see that something's been distorted? That there's an illusion placed on it or in it? Something that if you drink it, it might make you sick. Doesn't mean that you couldn't recover. But did you notice it? Could you see it? This is what we have for you guys today on the Tears and Wheat to Row show, where the Father come in and do it every time. I'm talking about we never know how it's going to work out because we be clueless. I'm telling you, this right here is like a whole box of chocolate. So we be having the Father come in and do this. That's what that is, yo. But I love y'all. I love you so much. Why? Because I love the source that made us, that made everything, every single thing that the Father made by its intelligence. Moved it on this breath of life that feels and binds and connects all things. I pray that you could rock. I pray that you could vibe. And if you do vibe, I pray that you subscribe. I pray that you give me your thumbprint too and hit that little bell so that we can notify you. The next time we put up one of these videos, it could be anytime, day or night. Y'all know how this goes. But until the next now, with your girl, La T, know this. You're amazing. And you're going to do some amazing things. All you have to do is believe. Ashe.